Okay, this is the Kimber Stainless II in 9mm. I'd always wanted a 9mm 1911. Kind of goes back to that Pulp Fiction thing where Samuel Jackson is pointing his 1911 at the guy in the coffee shop and says, or Tim Roth, and he says to him, Mr. 9mm here. Everybody thinks it's 45, it's actually 9mm. Anyway, I've always wanted a 9mm, so I picked one up. The fit and finish on Kimber is usually pretty good, and this one's no exception. The reliability on this one, just started shooting it, only shot about, I don't know, 5-6 magazines through it, has been pretty poor. And it's all to do with the ejection. The ejection is erratic, and the ejection is pretty feeble. You got rounds that are sticking as the slide is closing. We have rounds that are sticking, not stovepiping, but more straight in. Kind of along the lines of that, with the next round already feeding into the magazine, and then, obviously you clear that, you're dumping a live round as well as the empty. So it's been pretty erratic just in terms of where it's throwing the brass. When it throws it, sometimes it dribbles out the side, sometimes it's over, sometimes it's back. It's never very far, so the ejector is clearly not doing a terrific job. I've got a couple of times where the magazine is not held open on last shot fired. Now, when it's shooting and it's doing what it's supposed to, yeah, it's a great pistol. It's a full-size 1911 just about, and it's got the recoil of a 9mm. So that's a nice combination. But the reliability piece is not what I was hoping for, to say the least. So we'll see how it does on these two mags here. And both mags are Kimber mags, so it's not like I've got something else in here. Trigger's nice. I think that's the first time I've had a mag go through it where the mag actually fed all the way through, and it did hold open. So that was perfect. If it'll do that every time, great. Maybe those first few mags, maybe they were teething problems. Just sort of getting the gun going at first. Again, you saw though that I didn't have great distance on those shell casings as they ejected. Like, say, that one. Well, hopefully the reliability issues I had those first few mags were just the first few mags, break-in period kind of a thing. I've got to say, I don't think I've ever had a break-in period issue with Kimbers, so that was sort of unexpected. But in that case, those two mags fed and functioned just fine, although you did see that the ejections were still nowhere near where they needed to be. I mean, when a case ejects, I want it to eject. I want it gone. I don't want to have it dribbling out and possibly getting caught back in the gun itself or landing on me. I definitely don't want them coming back and hitting me in the face, which I guess that's one good thing about the ejection not being very strong, is it can't hit you in the face because it can't reach that far. Anyway, it's a nice shooting 1911. Those last two mags, fed just fine. So if you're looking for a 1911, you might consider a Kimber, but just be aware that so far I'm having some ejection issues. So it's the Kimber Stainless II in 9mm.